Hi, I'm G, and this is the G Spot.
Hey, and welcome to today's blog. So yesterday I mentioned Star Wars and how I could tell you about something about Star Wars. I decided not to yesterday, and then I was gonna wait for a while because I really didn't know if I wanted something I wanted to talk about. But then I thought, whoa, Rogue One is coming out this Friday, which has gotten pretty positive reviews so far. Some people are calling it the best Star Wars movie ever, saying that the story is really good. I do have hopes for Rogue One. My hopes are mainly based on the lead protagonist. She looks awesome. She just looks like a really powerful person. She looks like she could be Darth Vader's nemesis. She looks like she could actually stand up to him, truly. So I am excited about her. I think she seems to be a unique character. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm also excited about the Star Wars franchise in general. I'm going to mention this again because I think it should be talked about as much as possible because they are putting females in their leads, and specifically with episodes 7, 8, and 9. It could be considered one of the biggest trilogies going on right now, and there is a female protagonist for this trilogy. So I think that's great. It's huge, and it excites me about the Star Wars movies coming out, including Rogue One, which is coming out this week. So Grace Randolph at Beyond the Trailer has done both a spoiler and a non-spoiler review of Rogue One. And she does a great job. So if you are interested in a review, you can check those out. We usually don't review movies. We like to talk about them after they're released on DVD and do analyses of them. We haven't really gotten into movie reviews yet. I don't know if we will. So what else can I tell you about Star Wars? I guess that's the question I'm supposed to be answering. And this is what I'm going to tell you about Star Wars is... I have a love-hate relationship with Star Wars. Because the movies aren't really good. Especially episodes 4, 5, and 6. So, I know, and everybody wants to rip on episodes 1, 2, and 3 even more. And you have a lot of reasons to. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 really weren't good at all either. And, whoever played, I don't even remember his name. Hayden Christensen, maybe? He doesn't act in anything anymore, I don't think. He was awful. Awful. And there was some hope for episode 3. And the scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader at the end, it was really just a mess because of horrible, horrible acting. So it's not really that I thought... I had to pause for a minute there because of a background noise. It's not that I thought that... So, yeah, no, 1, 2, and 3 are bad. But the reason why I think 4, 5, and 6 are the worst is because of the way they're hailed as such great movies. And they're just not. I think it's really important to note something that everybody seems to overlook when they're praising episodes 4, 5, and 6, which is this. The reason why Star Wars is what it is because of the special effects that it contained within the year it was released. Do you understand this? So what I'm saying is, and this is a really important concept, is Star Wars Episode 4 is no longer the movie it was when it was released. The special effects in Episode 4 are a joke to us right now. At the time, yeah, they were mind-blowing. It just blew people away. It was like, if anybody in the audience is lucky enough to remember what it was like to walk into the Matrix, the first Matrix, that's the closest way to describe why Star Wars Episode 4 was so good. If we look at the story in Episodes 4, 5, and 6, it is a great story. It's a phenomenal story, you know? It's a great, great story. So, all right, we have great special effects, which did lead to this movie being praised as an incredible movie, and everybody flipping out over it and all the financial gain. And then we do have a good story that Lucas is trying to tell. So why do I think that they're not really that good? Well, because Lucas is like probably the worst fucking director that's ever existed. They're just so goddamn boring and scattered. I've never felt attached to a Star Wars character. Rey, maybe more than any other character. I was managed to attach to Rey and Finn, to be honest. But in 4, 5, and 6, there's no attachment to any of the characters. I think Luke is just as bad as Hayden Christensen, and there's just nothing good about the movies. And I think that people really need to admit this. Why do we have to pretend that these are the greatest movies that exist when they're just fucking not? The universe is amazing, and I know everybody loves the different characters, and it's impossible to deny the power of the Star Wars universe and the storyline and all the character and interest in it. I mean, there's whole YouTube channels and Twitter accounts dedicated just to Star Wars and talking about all the different ways these characters tie together and the different worlds and the different histories and what means. And so, like, I get all that because it's interesting and it's like a little detective and we like to do that type of stuff. But why do we have to say these movies are the best movies ever made? They're just fucking not. There's so many more better movies than Star Wars. And even Episode 7, it was probably the best Star Wars movies. It's probably the best Star Wars movie up until that point, because I don't know, they are saying that Rogue One is now the best Star Wars movie ever made. But I haven't seen Rogue One yet. So for me, Episode 7 was the best Star Wars movie ever made, but that's not saying a lot. It's the bar is not high. And I was antsy in my seat in Episode 7. I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go now. I've had enough of this. So, you know, I'm just saying, I don't want to destroy the Star Wars franchise. I don't want to say it's awful. I don't want to say nobody should see the Star Wars franchise. But I do want to say, can't we just admit it is what it is? That it has an amazing universe of characters and imagination. But it doesn't mean that anything that has Star Wars on it is awesome. And that even though 4, 5, and 6 were fucking mind-blowing when they came out, and the special effects just, you know, were crazy, and everybody loved it, and it was a movie to be celebrated, that it's not anymore. It's just not. It's kind of like Citizen Kane, which I don't know if you've ever seen Citizen Kane, but Citizen Kane is hailed as one of the best movies ever made, and but it's, you know, it's all because of the cinematography. And when we watch Citizen Kane today, it's really difficult to understand why this movie was so good. I mean, it's a decent movie, but you don't get why they would praise it so highly because nothing sticks out about it. But it's because, you know, cinematography's gone so far beyond Citizen Kane at this point that, no, it just can't excite us. It's not what it used to be. And I'm sorry, but 4, 5, and 6 are the same thing. They're not the greatest movies. They don't pull you along. They're not, and there's not conflict in every scene. I mean, there's a bunch of problems with these movies. They're fairly slow moving. You don't get attached to anybody. They're all over the place. I don't know why we gotta be in 20 different worlds in every Star Wars movie. That's what bothers me the most. You get like the cast of characters, and then this, they're going here. Everybody splits up, and who's going to this planet, and who's in this ship, and it's just like, oh my god, there's so much shit all over the place. There's no focus. It's just really, I don't know. I don't get it. So yeah, I think we really should start calling Star Wars what it is. And 4, 5, and 6 are not good movies. They used to be, and they're just not anymore. And it's okay to admit that. Damn it. So, what am I at here? I don't know if there's anything else that I want to talk about. I don't think I could say much more useful things about my Star Wars rant. That pretty much covers it. Well, I guess we'll end it with this, which is the big mystery in Episode 7 is where'd Rey come from? Who are her parents? What did the vision mean? A lot of people felt that Kylo Ren saw Rey on the beach in her vision. That didn't happen. There's a lot of misunderstandings about Episode 7 from these Star Wars fans who know so much about the universes. But they really don't know what's going on in Episode 7. And if you are wondering, who are Rey's parents? What was the flashback about? You should check out our video on Episode 7. We actually have 2 of them, because it took that many to straighten out everybody's mistakes on what the hell's going on in Episode 7. But it's a really good source for the real deal of what happened in episode 7. If you want to know about Kylo Ren, if you want to know about Rey and who her parents are, you should definitely check that out. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel because we're putting up good shit all the time. Check out our other videos. Leave a comment here or a question or anywhere on our channel. We really like interaction and will interact with you. We like to answer questions. I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about. Just let me know. And we'll see you tomorrow. It's just fucking horrible.